Hey, what's up everyone? Pete the Guttural Monk here. Sorry for the obscene lack of content on this channel recently. After my death metal video a couple months ago, I was inundated with subscribers and I haven't had a chance to say what's up to many of you, so what's up? As you can see, I'm moving. It's been a long and stressful process. I literally just finished boxing up the last of the CDs. Moving close to 3,000 CDs is no easy task, let alone the rest of the shit that I have acquired. But onwards and upwards to better things, hopefully. But before I boxed everything up, I do have a pretty sizable stack of 2017 releases that I just at least wanted to show you guys before I boxed them up, because to be completely honest with you, I mean, this channel is essentially going on hiatus for the time being. I gotta get my shit together in this new house. There's a lot of work ahead of me to do that. Please don't unsubscribe, because hiatus could mean 3 months, hiatus could mean 2 weeks, depending on where I'm at. But I just wanted to be as upfront as possible with you guys to tell you, don't expect a video next week, because it ain't gonna happen. But without further ado, I'm just gonna run through these very quickly. This is the most recent full length from Demonhead. This is Thunder on the Fields. Demonhead, I want to say, come from Denmark. If you're into Cadaver, if you're into that kind of, hard rock revival with a little bit of doom metal, stoner influence, and kind of like an overall like occult feel, Demonhead, totally for you. These guys sound like they were plucked right out of the late 70s. Really, really awesome stuff. Next up is a band that I just found out about this year. This is Bas Shiva. The name of this album is Servus, out right now on Smart Records. Bas Shiva are, I think they're from Belgium. They are a female-fronted doom, I'm going to call them a doom band, sludge, if you will. But they have a lot of interesting instrumentation to their songs. There's even like some kind of jazzy passages that happened every once in a while. Really, really love this album. It is absolutely crushingly heavy, and her vocals are beautiful. Her harsh vocals, her clean vocals, everything about the presentation of the vocal deliverance is fantastic. So Bathsheba with Servus, check that out. That is a obscure gem so far this year that I've found. Another kind of obscurity is this one right here. This is Bereft with Lands. This is out right now on Prosthetic Records. And I hope you can hear me, because it is so fucking echoey in here. I feel like I just have the reverb turned all the way up. But yeah, this is out right now on Prosthetic. Like I said, this is more kind of like sludge, hardcore. This is definitely a little bit more kind of like, I guess, brutal than something like Bathsheba was. But absolutely crushing shit. It's 4 tracks. I want to say it's just over 40 minutes long. Awesome, awesome album. Bereft, Lands. Check that out. Next up is one that you guys have all seen before, so I'm not really going to dwell too much on this one. This is the Abigor, Nightbringer, Thy Darkened Shade, and Mortuus split, co-released by a couple of great labels, Dark Descent being one of them, and unfortunately my brain is broken, so I'm not even going to try to figure out who else released this one. I'll show you the back real fast, show you the front once more. But yeah, great 4-way split between 4 great black metal bands, each putting out 1 track. I thought it was going to be something other than it was, but I'm happy with what it is, if that makes any sense. But it's been talked about, so I'm not going to dwell on it. Another one that's been talked about, Terra, Damnata, or something like that. This is the new one from Nightbringer, out on Season of Mist. Great album. I hope that didn't get too glare. There you go. Great album. I'm not going to talk too much about it. Shows a slightly more mature approach to their songwriting. I like it a lot. Although I've only spun it once or twice, I do need to spend more time with it. But yeah, Terra, Damnata, from Nightbringer. Good shit. Next up is one that's a little bit more mainstream, and I'm sure you guys, this is a love or hate for a lot of you. This is a new one from Mastodon. This is Emperor of Sand. I was blown away by it, to be completely honest with you. The change in direction from the last two full lengths, The Hunter and Once Around the Sun, to going back to form in something like Emperor of Sand is totally welcomed in my book. I like everything about this album. I thought it was a really, really great piece. Check it out if you're a fan of Mastodon. If not, then so be it. It's just not for you. Something that should be for you, and if it's not, you should really, really check this out. This is the brand new one from Falls of Rauros. This one is called Vigilance Perennial, out right now on Bindrune and Nordvis. Definitely check this one out. Atmospheric black metal, and it's been said in like written reviews and maybe on a couple YouTube videos, but this has like a pull to like 70s hard rock in it within the black metal, the atmospheric black metal. It's just fucking beautiful stuff. Cannot say enough good things about Falls of Rauros. If you've seen any of my past videos that I've mentioned this band, all I do is gush over them. So Falls of Rauros, Vigilance Perennial. This is out right now on Bindrune and Nordvis. Definitely pick that up. This is the brand new one from Lantern. This is 2, Morphosis. That album cover, I mean, that right there, best album cover you're going to see all year, hands down. This is out on Dark Descent Records. This absolutely blows away the first Lantern full length, in my opinion. This album is so mature, so well written. Near perfect release. I cannot say enough good things about it. If you're into death, thrash, and somehow this has eluded you this year, just buy it. Just buy it blind. Buy it to own that album cover so you can see it, hold it, look at it. You need to have this in your collection. Lantern with 2 Morphosis, Dark Descent Records. If you're into a little bit more chaos, that death black hybrid, that really suffocating and claustrophobic attacking death metal. This is the Ominous Circle with Appalling Ascension, 8-track full length from 20 Buck Spin and Osmos Productions. This album is absolutely killer. I know a couple of you guys on YouTube here, you've already shared this one. I'm late to the game because I haven't made a video in forever, so that's my fault. But the Ominous Circle, Appalling Ascension, pick this shit up. It is absolutely crushing material. Next up, this is one that I was waiting for a very long time, and it did not disappoint. This has much more of a hard rock edge than the straight, like, doom and depressive elements of the first 2 full lengths. But this is Heartless by Pallbearer. This album is fucking awesome. I spin this at work all the time. I think the presentation of this album is absolutely beautiful. Profound Lore, as usual, does a great job with presentation here. This is the back cover. The texture of this digipack is just awesome, and it adds to the entire feel of everything. The way that the graphics are laid out on front, I mean, it's a beautiful presentation for a beautiful album. If nothing else, check out I Saw the End. That's the single, that's the first track off of this one. The music video is a little dopey, but check out the song. The song is beautiful. It contains one of the coolest lines in doom metal that I've ever heard. See if you can spot it. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but I mean, lyrically, instrumentally, the album is just fucking beautiful. So check that out. Another one a lot of guys have been talking about, and I think this album absolutely crushes. When people say that it's a little boring and slow-paced, yeah, it's slow-paced, but I don't find it boring at all. This is Horizonless by Loss. This is my first go-ahead with Loss. I heard one of the singles that Profound Lore released a couple weeks ago, and I was absolutely blown away by how beautiful the music was and how just utterly disgusting and crushing the vocal deliverance was. This is funeral, death, doom. It is slow. The tracks are very, very long, but the instrumentation that happens here is just, it's a super well put together album. I am definitely going to be checking out their back catalog because, like I said, this is my first go around with Loss. But this is out right now on Profound Lore. I'm sorry for the glare, but Horizonless by Loss, really fucking fantastic stuff. Again, it's a little slow, but if you like to get fucking punched over and over again, then Lost definitely delivers. Keeping with Profound Lore, another album you guys have all fucking heard and heard talked about before, but it is worth every drop of hype that this album is getting right now. This is Infrared Horizon by Artificial Brain. If you're late to the game on Artificial Brain, you need to check out the first album as well. This is a more mature approach from them. The songwriting has definitely been elevated on this album quite a bit. That is a really fucking cool cover art, and it's just depressing to look at. Technical, brutal death metal. These guys are out of New York. I think Colin Marston handles all like the mixing and mastering on this one. Insane musicianship happens throughout this album. So this is another one on Profound Lore. I'm not going to dwell on this one for too long because I'm sure you've heard it or heard about it already. But Artificial Brain, Infrared Horizon. Sorry, my brain is just shot. Last but not least for the new releases, and then I've got 2 reissues as usual. This one, it turns out that this is one of the fucking best albums that I've heard so far this year. This is Reflections of a Floating World by Elder. Elder is one of my favorite doom stoner bands of all time. To me, they've never released a bad album. I think Lore was on my best of list 2 years ago, and this will be on my best of list this year. I cannot say enough good things about this one. Through and through, start to finish, this is just a super well-written album, and it's just jam-packed with awesome artwork, as they are pretty much known for. This is put out by Armageddon Shop, so order it from them, order it from Elder directly. It's out, I think it's out right now. It came out like June 2nd or something like that, but I've had it for a couple, or at least a week now. I've given it 3 or 4 spins already. So Reflections of a Floating World, check that shit out. And then 2 reissues. And again, I'm drawing a blank on where these guys are from, and I'm not even going to pretend like I know off the top of my head. But this is Initial Velocity from Mandator. Mandator plays a very interesting blend of old school thrash and heavy metal. This album was originally released, god damn it, I want to say late 80s, and I'm probably going to pin it at 88 or something like that, but it doesn't say on here. This is Dark Symphonies, The Crypt, Dark Descent Records kind of collaboration release there. So you know the quality is super high. This is the first time it's ever been officially released on CD, if I'm not mistaken. This was only vinyl until right now. There was a couple bootlegs, but obviously, like, true from the band, this is it. This album is so much fun to listen to. They have other material. I didn't like it nearly as much as this, so this is the only one of the reissues that I've picked up so far, but you know, I'm probably going to get the entire, you know, set from The Crypt because the band is super unique and interesting. So Mandator with Initial Velocity, again, sorry for the glare, but you can get this right now at darkdescentrecords.com, check that shit out. Another cool reissue that kind of just like popped out, and there was no press, there was no hype, there was no nothing behind it, but I haven't seen a reissue of this album since I've been like hardcore collecting, so I'm super happy to own an actual copy of this. No Icarus, no Argentinian press or anything like that. This is Battle Cry from Omen, mid-80s, 1984, just heavy metal. This album fucking rules. If you're a fan of Manila Road, you have to check this shit out. The title track, Battle Cry, is just absolutely awesome. And these dudes mean business, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I gotta complain about the release, just in case anybody's listening. Why the fuck would you put out such a great album in such a shitty digipack? But anyway, I digress. There is the back cover. This is Metal Blade Records reissue. Yeah, Omen, Battle Cry. If you're into heavy metal, if you're into obscure, you know, early to mid 80s gems that you may have kind of, you know, missed, that fall between the cracks, because there are many of them, check this one out because it's available right now, and that's all I've got. So like I said, this channel's going on hiatus. My next video will probably be a little bit down the road, and you know, like I said before, it could be, you know, a week, it could be 3 months. I want to be straightforward with you guys because you guys are awesome. You guys comment on every one of my videos, and you know, I've gotten to know a bunch of you just through this channel. So you know, thanks. Hopefully you stick with me, don't unsubscribe, and if you're new to this channel, sorry, but I usually have a lot more shit behind me, and there's soon to be a whole lot more. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. Cheers, thanks for subscribing.